Kennedy Agyapong never know Kennedy, where she knew Bia, Asante Force, Kennedy, Agyapong Force, Kennedy, well Force Kennedy, is it my Force Kennedy, a Piapin Force Kennedy, a Uber Force Kennedy, and Club Force Kennedy, Menta Force Kennedy, Pana Force Kennedy, Chocose Force Kennedy, Dagoma Force Kennedy, Koma Force Kennedy, Gruma Force Kennedy, Mam Prison Force Kennedy, Basa Force Kennedy, Kanjaga Force Kennedy, Infante Force Kennedy, Wasa Force Kennedy, Sergi Force Kennedy, Latte Force Kennedy Agyapong never Oceano Bema never Oceano Eyonwa It's a one ebeya
Right, I was saying what you more kwaba Efamra get connected Jubedi so Jubedi live Globe TV. Timsa by now what join your Globe TV and now we share ebi so na what join your YouTube. If you say Jubedi ni sign streaming live YouTube get connected TV. For now there are two platforms we and Jubedi on sabeka so. Now mean say do na hwe Globe TV if you say ye wo enframani mu kwa. That's just obia ti meche digi box no na bibia ekoye kama. Na bia na bibi ti ofrifie anase wo abusuani bia watu kwan wa amano ne anase bibi ti o main TV na. Said ya na obi frame na oka se Jumadi we nti otene ka mu kra no a na che se ni YouTube ne ben no na je o monitor Jumadi no through said be ya obete de ekoso sema hodo bi openchechim na ne se tumi aka ne kama na bibia akoso ti sa bepe de tie we are streaming live on YouTube and after so we are live on Globe TV and adwumre ya bibia edem kama edem get connected Jumadi anyway Jumadi stronko a ye ediesuo ama honorable Kennedy Agyapong say NPP presidential primaries are ebe koso January 31st which are fear di animu ya na NPP delegate to something akwakosi gina ye hwan na amanyoko no eyi na ba meka cho say sa gina sie we no Ghana for na asoma NPP delegate but you should also know say NPP delegates are equally Ghanaians omo nyina so ye Ghana for na ebia et said dia ye wo school mu a etoda akwanya bi ba se obi gina na ogina nyina nem edip the brave school mu a ye ma ye to aba ne ade keke mbom toto aba eyi nipa hodo mo di anim sa pepe na ho abehia se MPP amanyuko no ebeyi obi a ode ne beba be gina ma amanyuko no NDC be ye ne de ye CPP PNC amanyuko ni nyina be ye sa adwumadie no kopem se 2028 ye general election a o man no ahyehye that calendar so trending den betimi abaso whoever party bia de ne beba no any independent people a ombe yi wo manim se oba be gina abe pre the bread 2028 no Ghana for any other option than to choose among sa nipa na amanyoko no ene ankrankra be yi wo matine eba be dan krata so no wo mu ba ko ene be yi no e de o man ne shebra she ni sam year 2028 ekonenim na je say sa decision where NPP amanyoko no take no a very crucial decision. It can make and also unmake. Ti say amanyoko no betimi asine na dem biem abeji tumi biem no a very crucial come January 31st. To whatever decision a delegate will take bia no you should take into consideration and niama hodo bia ansana odon side team and niama obegina so EDC ugina ye no should be say nipa me to abama no as a representative of the NPP party no or ye nipa or appeal to Ghanaians saying and a Ghana for ebe way nafa ansana was is agina ye no and one crucial thing is was andwe ho a message nipa na wo to abama no as NPP flag bearer no ordinam because that same message na and who as delegate in the entire party no ebegyina so e dey aton sa particular candidate no to Ghanaians na wo magina so. I'm saying Ghanaians because the larger population but who MPP ni wa we ye delegates wa we flag but we are all Ghanaians obi a Ghana ni but ya chechemo kwaku ti ekuokuma bi kotu anamo ne bana we ya bana ya keka sie ni ansana oman ni nyina ka bom ti na fe ni general election no. So this particular one no assigned to the delegate of NPP omo enyinwie wo mu wie a the population ankasa Ghana nyina will decide say their NPP delegate here no oman ne fo so anasa oman no enfo. So this is a crucial moment ewo NPP osonko no amanyukuo no abrabo ne hihia wo mu de go akwan nyina emu. And I'm sure say delegate afi wo hwe me no wo dwen bibi wo timo keka ne ma ba kumienu bi sie ni say ginasie no kra me si ne say. So we said their service ahodo e ba bontin nyina a kire say delegates ni bebre kra no they've not decided yet. Yes, as I say onya abotre now follow niema ekosuru nyina now steady. So if you are NPP delegate won't decide yet, take your time, listen to the conversation ekosuru nyina so that you make right decision come January 31st. Follow system na hard there. We say the system ni mu aye na bi mu de na koya yampia to kasantwi. And it's quite interesting. Nipa ni be calling for equity, but they don't come with clean hands. Ohere amanyuko nim say their campaign ni now. We are all following keenly. Niema ekoso ni nyina ni de akire. And na be for tintanfide ni ntino. Information e wo be bia obi ansa ka de ekoso. Some of the leaders are yi omanim no. Omo nsem ene de ekoso ground so it does not match. Ti minim say delegate when you abotre hwa eye so obenya abotre na wetimi ahwe. Makachi also be join here on YouTube na dwumedie no stream or live. Okwa afọ adwenche no to comment section ho be pam ye be kenkan e de ama. Before I be share conversation as an allegations bi makoso ye be yi ni nyina no but yentie ye Kennedy Agyapong Kwasi Kwarteng o sin sem ankofo aka ni nyina no wo munya abotre wa yes eagle ene anoma ye friend say raven and from the raven e be ye eagle no onja itu yentie ye Kennedy Agyapong Kwasi Kwarteng ye ba na fe membie bie nsem ma
mbanfo se untumi nkontopa na ato akeka se die akeka ba odi mniama ye maye te se aboa okode eagle ena adoma bi ye friend raven osi okode na chia na ososo no okode no ne nsa ba ku sei ne wings no 7 feet wo betimi dia bo raven no na nka wa free so enso no woni mini ahoye onka ne hwe na wokosoro ubonze raven na wo soso eagle no ontumi enhome na ono ankasa efri esoro abahwefo ti sesei sound my to say eagle no atemdidi aye di ni nyina no mente ho de no anse me tu fa ti munye ni Kennedy Agyapong enye basa sa and I assure you I'll be a fine
ite yera Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong ena ate nka ho no o se sia no oye eagle ya no ma me penasem pa me personally I think say enye se o ya no ma keke no but do read more about Abuana. There are a lot of lessons you learn from. Said ya and their man so is one brabo. Yera Kennedy Agyapong Kwasi Kwarteng say he's now the eagle. They are cost on any park or chair dia almost to aboba park swinging now. They are acting like raven. Anomana ya okosi eagle ne so na otete no. Omfino fi say onim na boasu ene de onimu. No one say or the ne kono de nam sa. They will reach a point at the raven can't survive anymore. Not just any na eagle no. Hono no so the post abano adanda ni ho. So this is how I hear Kennedy Agyapong Kwasi Kwarteng. Say now this is the posture throughout the entire campaigning season. You know, this is how Ghanaians are going to see him. Now, say that me catch yourself go for be a preachy equity, but they don't come with clean hands. Yeah, you know, we said now no minor could anymore to a point. They're not just peculiar to MPP delegate election. Already nationally, Ghana for Ankasa no, you're moving away from that politics a ɛyɛ atɛmdidie kasa ntwi ɛne nsɛm bi a ɛka kasa bio yɛkasa kyekye kura wontimi nkyerɛ mu wie no Ghana for movie away from it ohwa recent elections are nyinaa no ɛyɛ testament to their making say Ghanaians have moved away from it and it enya wanwa say the moment you try to initiate bibia a movie that line Ghanaians will rise. Ghanaians will prompt you say no, don't go there. How do you feel that will be out when you no. We are no more peddling towards that direction. You move your fear. And it's bombardiana chumo for you kind of want here. Ghanaians punish you for sa aso dena woyen. It is now me who say it is now politicking of ideas or politics of ideas. They are betting me no catch a gun and you know. They are also say ma we strong kono. No wa catch a gun and you know. And for say a delegate level and I say a general election no. That is how the Ghanaian is think. Now no, we are in a digital age now. Computers, any AI, any information are accessible, are available. And now I'm gonna catch you on this show. Say you can just pick your mobile phone, you open one application or your browser, and you have the whole world in your hands. Information in are available. It's obia intimi metwa kontompo e me kansen bia nguo saa na okọ saa bre na twam Ghana ya bro maybe atwam people do that kind of politics you have a kansen bebe because you don't have ways and means to prove it or disprove it until there be an so be funny so there be am asem bia make kan say what ti asem for the first time say if you be where ba e no kre asem bia obeti owiase bia no e no kre until you find your fact I just say no kre bibia because one gasa asema nipa ne ka no woni ho woni wan kobi obi na akọ amanone aba and also kokoro we so say won ko hoda and you are here challenging the chair say eba say ma wo luki to say wonim dia wo ye ho owiase so anytime obi abema message bia no say woni fact to you know counter the nipa ne candidate it always perceives said the nipa ne can no correct but with the presence of the digital systems now no but see asem bia free I just google I just do my research and find the fact or the otherwise of asema wo can say no cry ma tum sampa you were right you were spot on but say no cry now no manya counter information to debunk their okay no and now say to stand up anytime be obesen raise that issue ni bio so that is it sa pepe na de net here and on this show yeah viewers ardent viewers more and more consistent am show we know sometimes you just phone in and say you don't really want to even hear anything from the other side of the aisle yes sir I am kanisa but sometimes what we also need to do is say the American state here no until you bring any counter information just say they are either wanting honey no kwa na yentro no me as nipa no I always perceive assembly either honey say no correct so e bia na wo so disprove here won check fact na dia oh dear wunim say e bia asem we ka for area Kennedy one enye no credit because enye possible because what follow show wins wunim how insem na de ba na tie anything you know definitely say we there enye no credit but there are people also out there e bia onya time no ever anya check na wa check na e bia onye closer to ye show way all the time onya fact na wanya ni bi so we come here we sit here yet and some no from abontia we also do our checks and bring counter information to it now if we are settled no then we move on politics is just marketing you obi betima use a negative publicity then they crash you down before you know about man go for better was here no then it's already done sometimes we will just go there we will answer some questions that was system we will bring information what to that particular statement no yeah clarify what then we move on to our journey we don't lose track of what we are doing the area one say more information as it is there's what say if you ever Kennedy Agyapong na catch it near their bro that's what we focus on but when the need be we also cross to the other side find what's happening then we fix what is broken out there now for come so that's what we do on this show we see ti na edu baby na wanya abotre na afenu what mama ya from kama baby akoso Era Miracles Abwaje spokesperson for Mahamudu Bawumia within week mu ekotwo nsem bi egu ni Facebook you see ye nyina no it's supposed to be fair play anything nsem bi wo ho who here say you raise the back conversation. Supposed to be fair play. Yera Kennedy Agyapong in an interview, Eko said, and some baby see in the previous year primaries, 2023 primaries, na course no, and then maybe and I don't know, sir, if we've shown that video on this show. One of the constituencies, Yera Kennedy Agyapong, enya 0. But the brown delegates in this year, delegates were coming out with pictures or one kasa call ballot box no vote or mo take a shot or mo keep here for reference sake. And they were showing that images to him say, when you're 0, because me and Kasa I voted for you and I took a shot of it. Now we show the net the where the net the so in a conversation, any Yera Ken raised that issue and he said he's not going to accept that kind of arrangement in the bill. Say nipana to ama media yen kind at the day no their delegate in the panel should prevail. It shouldn't be said they are the one doing the dim kunima na said your man is one they say they are supposed to be what the people want. Yera miracles abuaje call the Facebook and some of you go on okay kaya in a way no diabolic. This thing supposed to stop. If say a politics of ideas, say you appeal to the Ghanaians voter, and I say the Ghanaian voter right now, we're supposed to stop Sanya Maniemano. Ti ukwabe for video no zo kochwecho niema mani simu ti say Yera Kennedy Agyapong NMA MPP among you ko Lucy 2024 general election of which I can was baby on this show. I'm not going into it. Say we are going to give any counter information what I say and Yera Ken NMA DC ya. Emwa by now no Yera Kennedy Agyapong if you want to teach say what tamale no problem baby obeko bia was specific message jobs any industrialization. So the others are supposed to bring information be able to make a dim come we all analyze because mining can continue na yepe it shouldn't be said the actual and then near that kind of propaganda not supposed to stop. And then there was another press conference too, the same thing. You see, it should stop. I say, Jai, Makacho, you are moving away from that kind of politics. But sometimes if you do not address the issues, it becomes the truth until you say something to it. So I'm not going to address Yera Miracles Abuaje the post. No, I wish I can share the post no with you on screen. I took a shot by my name as but my mouth accept. I think I have the post here. Or confirm videos be a tutorial near there. I didn't know see any portraying and I said printing a picture said in sema actually that no is in sema Yera Ken can now, which is not true. And I'm actually on what Yera Ken now opposite or changing and say that kind of agenda that happened last year, especially our North Hono. It will not happen this time. And it's other side nip or we involved, you're supposed to keep it calm. No be for the Nancy sharing in us, the end kama, then your fair. Obika we our carbon. Fenema Yera Miracles about the Kochogu in Facebook. I won't read everything, but purely putting the Yera Ken kind out of context. And it shouldn't happen. I'm not even going to read. Oko Facebook, that post is on so just go and read it. But I'm not accept because Kwasi Kwarteng, spokesperson for Yera Ken Agyapong the campaign no. Let me share a bit of their Yera Dennis Sky and Okakra. They will move on to other matters, other important matters on the show and then you read. See, post we 1 day ago and I say respectfully say this is out of place. As some Yera Ken kind of medical culture. Say was about say on share MIN money zero brand part to about man of which we have videos to that. Our delegates they show videos and pictures share and say we voted for you. Our North. See here and they say this is out of place. Definitely not the best of commentary from a flag bearer aspirant. It is an unwarranted threat and may stir up responses from thousands of people to bring up too many issues. Surely say let's all protect our ballots as it's done in every elections, but votes and numbers are not spoken into existence. You cannot threaten to have vote. He was not threatening to have any vote, as I mentioned. What delegate in the better know NSA county, the vote supposed to count. If you get 0 votes in polling stations, 0 votes will be recorded for you, and nothing can change that. That is what Ayera Ken say. If indeed you get 0, you get 0 on the collation paper. And yes, will be a twama delegate at but because I hear north. Now you say one of the aspirants and how they want to hear stronger to na buogum. Over surveys near the idea bar. I've done some surveys with you here on the show. I just said one of the aspirants, the strength or north. So north when we buguma, then it affects the southern results never ban. So these things shouldn't happen. And here can wasema operate on TSC. But menko one part be okaya and neso a youth wing of NPP in Ashanti region. On press conference on where I think they also retreated science and seminar. Say you are Ken Ninsen be okaya and ama abatwa etwemuno. Anko yama NPP amanyukono. You know, I don't think this is supposed to continue. I heard that part no kakrebi. Now for yente response Ayera Kwasi Kwarteng at the man no quickly. Na yenkwe nim. So the entire party had to endure and suffer so much from some of these utterances. And I am convinced this time in the run-up to the 2023 presidential primaries, you sent out similar threats to the central region, categorically threaten the entire not because you cannot do anything, let's move. This commentary at this time, when we have barely 90 days to the elections, looks more like a replay of the 2023 contest, where you threaten the entire party should you not win. The entire party had to endure and suffer so much from some of these utterances, and I am convinced this time we will want to be saved from some trauma and trauma going into the 2028 elections. In the run-up to the 2023 primaries, when you ran similar commentaries and was asked what you would, I think it goes on and on and on and on. But the main pointer, Era Miracles Abuaji, person or drive you home, and he said, Era Ken, then he be akeka, and ama MPP amanyoko 90 kunim. A year 2024 general election course Okroma. But this is baseless. It does not hold water. As at this time, we shouldn't be having this conversation. You know, some people, you don't want us to do this, but it keeps on happening. If we really want to move away, then we should stop. I don't want to say much to this particular issue. Now, if you Kwasi Kwarteng, Esquire, or no NAS spokesperson, Edema Ayera Ken, campaign team, entire team, he responded to this particular assertion. Yera Dennis Abuaji Ede Everton from videos be can say Ayera Ken Emma Manyuko. He has response because if you do not counter, it means the echoes will be high and correct. So for Ayera Kwasi Kwarteng, the response of the man Miracles Abuaji on this particular issue. There are another issues and also system. We will clear that before we move straight to north. They are ready at ECOSO also.
Election. And I was asking Miracles about it.
But don't you think, sir, it could have been any factor, sir, and yet a larger contributory factor, at least minute to be bigger?
Arrogance of power, no. Kennedy Agyapong no masem ne arrogance of power, no. DDP ne Kennedy Agyapong no masem. Napco 400,000 inch or Mokane Kennedy Agyapong no masem. Oko promises Central so BC Airport awensi ne Kennedy Agyapong no masem. You see, let's be realistic. Kennedy the head of the economic management team. Kennedy in the car say, I'll fix the economy. Kennedy in the car say, when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. You make all these remarks, your coalition then you turn around and blame Kennedy Agyapong. Kennedy Agyapong, we are not saying he's a spotless candidate. Can you nip up? Or announce, said you'll be our announcer. A busy Kenya temperamental, me, I don't see like that. Or you'll be our resource person, or the Jumasha on Sao, very passionate about getting results. A busy say, oh, Kenya, or can, or we are not Bona Dreamer. But Bona Dreamer will say, when you need resource, you should be more interested in somebody who can fix and put food on your table. What's over more Juma? Or more Juma now when you're Jumani, no Bona Dreamer. A better sin will be a since 92 BC, or also a humble. Most of those who purpose to be humble, they are actually not humble. A lot of them are just weak people, very weak candidates. No Maba, no Ma Pia Sambo, no Aba. within from 92 till now, your unemployment issue intimate fix say, your health sector intimate fix say, your roads intimate fix say, then the Pakras have a catcher say, or no, your humble tier the trouble man. Ken is not a spotless candidate, but we are saying, say, yeah, they can turn Sanyeni with all the other candidates. In 2028, Ken has a better chance of winning the elections for us. And to be catcher say, Ken not transfers, Busano and some will busa, we say, Ken not transfers. Does it include when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate to expose you? Does it include the DDEP? When they fail to pay NAPCO, does it include that? When Omokoye promise a man where he central for say Mudada Assembly Airport does it include that? Can I start at number 1 week? You see, one more new home free, let's face the facts. Look at how there is a miracles about it. Poor Numasem and a year day, a Milusu election. And I was asking miracles about it.
But don't you think, sir, it could have been any factor, sir, and yet a larger contributory factor? At least minute to be kakra.
Arrogance of power, no. Kennedy Agyapong no masem na arrogance of power, no. DDEP na Kennedy Agyapong no masem. NAPCO 400,000 inch or moka na Kennedy Agyapong no masem. Oko promises Central so BC Airport awensi na Kennedy Agyapong no masem. You see, let's be realistic. Kennedy na head of the economic management team. Kennedy na car say I'll fix the economy. Kennedy na car say when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate to expose you. You make all these remarks. Your coalition then you turn around and blame Kennedy Agyapong. Kennedy Agyapong, turn on. We are not saying he's a spotless candidate. Can you nipa or announce or said you'll be our announce? A busy can your temperamental me, I don't see like that. Or you'll be all your resource person or the Jumasa on Sao, very passionate about getting results.
Kwasi Kwarteng, lawyer, and I'll tell you how say or responded to this particular conversation. And then my lawyer here, these are facts. Our system and yet allegations. So people will say the uncommand Kwasi MPP when you kunana sin and tumagufi hata no. A contest and a cost internal it's supposed to be ideas rather. How you appeal to the delegate. But Kobani said one party or no beka ideas. Whilst you're doing ideas no. Now one more to tedechi to aboba park so. Till when you are speaking ideas no. Doing propaganda, all sort of propaganda, just to taint good reputations I will build. And this is the area Kwasi Kwarteng to fix the cost of grounds or in a way of response to it. And this are all kind of straightforward. I'm sure Obi Awemi say all these are fact. These are the real issues that cause say the party 2024 general election. Yeah, Obi Asimo baby. These are the real facts. These are the main issues. These are the meat. IMR issues nearby. Till the party is supposed to sit down and have conversations around it. Choose Obia. Obetimi abua. Sabre ya. Sani manema we nyina no. It means I may consider going into 2028 general election. What was suited for me? Obia always monitor all the TV stations during an opano morning show near there and you make political shows in your time now. The conversation out there, no, and they say Ghana for a year Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong. Said the area Kwasi Kwarteng kind, Obi anywhere so yes or above. Obia, ewo, bibi one one. Opese woka, echo negative side that you will get. Obia on the positive sides. But in situations, no, what the situation calls for. Then a Ghana for years is here. What Ghanaians need now is jobs. And sa economy as sema yeka. Or mine sika sema tetia pan sama mine sika sema nko eni ade ade nyina. It's because the country is not producing more. Enya de o mine nka say produce niam more. Ti Ghana no abe import driven country. Nji sika bi e be boaboa na okroma bia no. Na say what say a Bank of Ghana say bronya na banti no. Omo release some dollars into the system. Say they be boa ma cedi to dollar to kwani ade net ma stable. What a Bank of Ghana person oka change and say or yet dollars available for importers to go outside the country and bring in goods. Nkofa anwane enema ne ade family kroma. Say there be ebenya bi de bronya. Because traders ne share say omo per dollar no e dey call China ni Europe ni ade kofa de na sisika ni ho a. Now afi dollar no bo no e be kosoro. Na afi amane ma bo akosoro. So Bank of Ghana no ye proactive to check this particular situation. What about say if we are producing sanema na ebe hia nyina wo kroma? Ti inse say ye be ma dollars say available na ye de akofa nema fi China ne aman hodo so de aba no we are thinking outside the box now yen ka say produce nema ni nyina nti ga gold na gold board ne hwan ne ade cotton ba ye this can be to Bank of Ghana to check a year CD to $5 ne ade no we can use that sikano as buffers na wo minor account mu na tembia no ye budget na hihye na trade surplus na ye ni age wo ne ekoso na ma ye sika sema gina ye kam. But this is how we are thinking. We are thinking, say releasing more dollars. And no home come any area Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong. And Ghana, man, especially or North, no. So we need to produce more. We need to produce what we eat. We use our raw materials to produce and export. In the East, say a import-driven country, no, import-driven economy, no. We would rather be a net export. As you did ye be dear free, they are producing more, they are cano, near the Kwama Hodo, so near Kwakoton. That is the conversation. Come on, no. It is aside, say, you are Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong, and come on, fix the issue of unemployment. Emma youth, no, and ye Jumaye, no. It also fixing the gap by way ye economy, no. That side na tembia na bambia ba or try to fix, but we are not June seminum. So I gold ne oil near the idea ye de ANC chibadia ma. A year ye see no any dollar and talk any other foreign currencies no. Etimisa gold itimisa gold kona na nitu oni mu no ye nsa ase ne ade say no. But we have other ways I able to media and sake can other means e be ma the same forex na e ma o minus on struggle bebre. So say see no galam say for any ade do raising assembly kese a na buy ne ho so because the government also need gold no to also support ye city no. In as much say yen pese be for kwambone so to go near the other no to put a ban on mine near the other na buy them penny because gold ne buy be more mine no. You Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong say we should look other side of the economy. There are so many things a bit in your side traditional way na you koko ni gold ni way ni kwa. So Malaysia for it to be at the abe it to be ye a full economy. Emma uko draw my name say yes they have leaders and they've been thinking all this while there I didn't think they were benibi I didn't think they were DNA uka say uka they were there it will be a problem DNA ye will be beer you will be beer you will punibi you will oil nibi you will be beer bi so the aka as on mine is to somebody or take kwanya first we done than near many Eman for so baso no ye nye obi o te sa na na sa na entrepreneur somebody or take business ase to turn some opportunities we into businesses ebe ma o mind timi akoso into final product e betimi dia kwa mansan dwa so akwakoton enye kasa tintin who be more either so either no so people are still in their slumber people are thinking backward who said the ekoso now na you can straight or going forward and until oka say he's now an eagle to kosoro sa na afi o mama ka won chenchen so fiafia ho no o mo bobo bigum ne ade I also monitored another conversation na era payo sajide e ka se e ade a o esika bi be di era ken no brana primaries ne course so when nkunim no to support era Bawumia campaign so conversation no era ken akasa to wait say after election no it was on one will in the decision to support a campaign. We can see images of Era Bawumia and Era Ken and almost bus more moving across the country, sometimes on one casa far away, just to campaign. So where a public knowledge, a idea what system. But we'll call the other side and also be a propaganda tool. The other side they use you just to say Era Ken edge a bribe of 5 million Ghana cedis and Sana or Babeye campaign. A Komobia open bi. I can show you so because the same business is so yeti. I don't want to go there and just have that conversation. Otaka and I monitor the conversation. I know Kasiyera Ken a bribe of 5 million cedis and Sana or support Era Bawumia campaign, of which is not true. We have facts on the grounds and in commoner and also any true. We are delegate now to answer just brush it off. Well, him say nyadi ebeti me esi. Na brand Era pious agide ekasa asem na wa asempa FM. Utie na asem na wo kan eni yi a it will tell you say what the mayenti rapayos enam hajide quick ye mra na afi no ye movie away na yenko yedin
Yera Dr. Brenda Champo ni obi any problem e wo ye party mu oni Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia say bi ani omuntem won kan ne baabi ada sem obetina party no matete no won kan ne baabi ada sa omuntem ye enti no say onu no di nkunimu a enye di ne say Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia eni ni chitafo e be ba be ka no ho sanso na Yera Kennedy Agyapong only problem. They have an excellent relationship. In fact, you 2023 primaries, nkuko no ba Yera Kennedy afano. Oti da kakra, Yera Brana champ on a friend no. E she no kran say there be entene fie pie, we campaign ma wonu apenyin. Ye campaign say wonu aketo a say ye campaign ma Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. But bia wo so sisia na wo free contest mo. Enti bia honde na kofem, me ka kra ni egie 5 million cedis. And can see 50 billion G. Pia Bontin Buaunia or the Kennedy Agyapong. That's right.
A car and 5 million cedis.
Not a car.
Okay.
We see what car me car crane.
I'm a car crane. I'm a car. Me car crane.
Yes, G
5 million cedis to so on fan stepping out.
Almost stepping out. Because to be fair to
I was very pious agide and that conversation and also quite around social media and other platforms. Yakase ye koma Yera Kent ska ansana obe utie asema Yera pious agide kai na o say after the contest no so utie kwa anima you also retreated say Yera Kent etida kakra that was a point where you know ka say ono akasa believe say he was just coming out of a contest intinya say what here do we are a contest I did not win just after contest no I did not win so if I would join candidate not winning no cry it will just take time because it's just after a contest and I'll just come in and support that's supposed to be established because now same when they raise that conversation I'm people having this conversation around so it was just out of the primaries the contest and our chair said Yera Brian Yera Kent said Ophelia said just after the contest no as I saw Yera Bawumia more campaigning Yera Kent had making statement to it say he came out of free will to do it because he loved the MPP party and he wanted to do it. And Yera Pius say out of Yera Brian will based on their occasions here no. And I say Mr. say you are just coming out of a contest and you take 5 million Ghana cedis na for support campaigner because you are coming out of a campaigner any electioner will lose a lot of resources. So if some say we still need to push and you can see it that then I also need to support Adina American. That was Asema Yera Pius Agide Kansas here. And how do this amount to say yeah bribe will be answer our campaign? We want our frame. Let's say indeed they happen here. Say Brian Echo Yera Ken and also to have a conversation. We want our bam and ask maybe didn't come say Yera man who's a wabre there why any says baby ever do no but we shouldn't back off. Yeah you know more then cost but me who say baby ever do no you spend a lot of resources so I want to support them any worker say no with this how does this amount to say obi ko just cancel wa be campaign but aside the no cry no yenti Kwasi Kwarteng bro ni se chofo kasa biom he made a statement said during campaign a year 2024 ni mo no let's say to amount of scanning campaign a year can a year to support said the IPP e betima retain power.
Brian paid money to as a women can was there me ya go for try to me post and say respond no this is the briefing I have but my main answer from this way yet to abani can visit a minimum of 100 constituencies or the fancy 100 no on my each constituency 100,000 Ghana cedis tiasem you 100,000 Ghana cedis multiplied by 100 constituencies 10 million cedis. And it will be say or no na ma Ken 5 million and sana or move other 5 million so come for him. Common sense logic. You could be in a position openuity you could be in a certain position by virtue of a position or campaign it be a campaign funds be there 95 and this be a so papa campaign juma na cause oh any campaign sika ni bi no oh any also okwa jefabo aspirants na that cannot be said they say obi na akọ bribe Ken ansa na Ken ekọ ji sorry what kind of logic is that obi ono cost spend 10 million no on his own yes ono akọ ji buy 5 million who does that so ono kọ ye no 100 constituencies on my each parliamentary candidate na wa de we nyansa wom say Brian Champon ko bribe Ken ansa na Ken akọ ye adwuma na Brian so onye sa. There is no way Brian himself, best sorry, Ken will say, may come bribe and sign why you. Oh, no, I've given you the facts. That the facts are that Ken no crack 100 constituencies. Minus the team, hotel or mutuai, security or the move ye, a didi or the ye, casa ye, the bako, fuel a better service in a year no. Uma 100 parliamentary candidates, you know, or ma ubia 100,000 Ghana cedis, and we 10 million Ghana cedis. Okay, the 10 million, no, which I say, so almost say Dr. Brian Champon, a bribona. You see, there is a difference. Say, oh, Ken wako contest every no aboka bebre. Na oh, honorable. So all call rounds there. Me so me boa with parliamentary candidates in A amounts. That's completely different. And your own team no, and ye bia yes say no. And of course, Brian.
And it's here Kwasi Kwarteng and our tenant. Maka say Kwasi Kwarteng is spokesperson. My era Kennedy Agyapong. My era Kennedy and I played that video to you before I started this show. Say now no, he's just like an eagle, any ravener or tete, he won't say anything to it. But it doesn't stop Kwasi Kwarteng as the spokesperson of the campaign to give responses to some of these allegations. Because I catch on, politics sometimes thrive on propaganda. If you sit aloof, say Kankwa, it becomes the reality. Because until say more the facts, and then the other side of the conversation, men and make say I always see assembly wabon team be I say no correct. Or more yeah by we are saying simply by ya teen, you know. Most of them. What you mean now? But you need to believe it because Sebu, Tatama Seminary never knew. What the end say you know, then you read, you ask questions. Now if you will get your answers, so that you position yourself very well to appreciate and seminar what system say the end no cre, and the end no cre. And until now ya cra Ghana ready below a certain age threshold that your mouth papa to guide you and control because seminar what's in the doors. Sometimes baby now why you confused. But papa near that know older people should guide you. Who do baby and now you take your decisions. You don't take decisions no quacko. You read, you listen, you ask questions, then you get understanding BS winner. When I answer my coswa bonting, Uti sema you Kwasi Kwarteng kan during the previous general election, no. See Raken, one constituencies crown there, about 100 of them. Of visitors are constituencies in na PC biana oshia no parliamentary candidate biano you Raken out of one free will no emma womo 100,000 Ghana cedis and up to this point ye ntise PC bia ba bonti abeka say you Raken eba me pesu as na sema you Kwasi Kwarteng kan nya no kre so obi have visited about 100 constituencies na say wa ma PC bia 100,000 cedis so the kind you multiply and you get 10 million Ghana cedis so that conversation now, nipa be more pedal out there to throw dust into the system to see say you Raken crab lose one more. It's nowhere near. And then crophobia delegates be a say after election we know results be a baby no you Raken obey day the unity near the other. This is supposed to tell you say even last year election you Raken and the buanjo so anyhow and he still supported in its capacity. They said you beat me abuabia. So it's all clear why you move from this point. And he said this conversation is still ongoing. These are the facts. Said yeah, era Kwasi Kwarteng Edia Mayeno. We're supposed to stick to this one. Now therefore we enquire him more. Now and seven intimate to Tobabia Eseto. We are now doing politics of ideas. And yet in some kikabia enfam puntuma. So sembi wa emwa. When an amso said turn on no for sehenfa. Penifo because United States can now the delegate is much more discerning. Or person tie the person ye Raken court Satan or not Kronane a bono regions and Pisu and so on. He gave them reasons to select him as the flag bearer for the party. Solid reasons as original soto abamano. And your rhetorics okasa ye bisa more questions now if you who dia wonka. We won't play that video. I'm sure say when we say video now. But this is to wake us up. Say we should give ideas. Name be to me abua ama enema etimi atotuye na akoso kama. Na bibia akoye. Call YouTube. oko live streaming na see a comment section ho no okwa na waja o message no e wo ho brepam ne beba na abekenkan ni nyina e de amount we Get Connected show streaming live on Get Connected TV hi Globe TV na enwumre ye bo wram na afi no ye wram wo north na kacho Sarah Kennedy Agyapong Japan na probo no e wo north no sha se free savannah ha na ye se wo twa ne ho saa kanko saa san abesi tamale sabra me no kase ya one ebusuafo e wo tamale etwetwe nkomo enne nyina damu ni nyina na wo tamale a dwumadie no ekoso I was monitoring the na ekoso from Tamale North to Tamale Central all these conversations no ekoso Sanerigu ne ade ma hu se ho nyina na okokọ ne delegate no etwetwe nkomo the message a ode ma no it's not quite different from messages our bab Bono East or the my message or Savannah or the same message say our agenda or plan for this country maybe we do now as an entrepreneur no who said there's so much we can do as a country everything about mine no atimi akoso na ye nyina ye hwe na mfa ye ninko na mo mine no entimi entumpon ntima ye mo nram ne enko tamale yera ken some messages, some powerful speeches ema era and you know me wo extreme so yemfa we na nsa na yakọ a long one na me ka ho asem so yemfa de e we ni mu dada no na ye hwe sem on Tamale North for edidi nkomo no de to o manim na afiye meto aso.
Do party ways who here certificate. Ways who here certificate. As you have before, more drink and until no mamma bear delegates. More cassa for form of for Abama. As you do see a winning power now, baby video. Yes, certificate. Where's the certificate? Wait. That's true. One you mean. Obia Benyan no so in a guma. And you back who we are here when you young anyway. Oh, you are back, woman organizer. Said that Pia na Wukum the base car. Omu. We are bear man so that Pia now you could go and what the other Omu. Ba. Oh, started say who here Juma. Oh, from Grace, or so. Down now, from me and or chop money more. I need to be at them. They can't be meeting here. And so, no, a bit more the propaganda. Say, oh, message in our son, oh, what can't promise be here, oh, my dear. Have hope, Sadana, and say, their mom can defer what cheap business I say, and ye here. Do pack ways who here certificate. Ways who here certificate. As you MPP for more drink and until no mamma bear delegates. More cassa for form of to Abama. As you do see a winning power now, baby media. Yes, certificate. Where's the certificate? Wait. That's true. More you mean. Obia Benyan no so in the Juma. And you back who we are here when you young anyway, Juma. Oh, you are back, woman organizer. Said that Pia na Wukum. I want to assure you two things. When I'm the president, the first thing I'm going to do for the 5 northern regions is to move Ministry of Agriculture to Tamale. I'm also going to convert Tamale Airport. About 90% of Tamale Airport, we are going to use it for cargo terminals. Because I saw vegetables on my way. From here to London Market is 5 hours. We are going to produce vegetables in abundance and export it from 11 p.m. by 5 a.m. is at UK and European market. We are also going to build fertilizer plant here. We need a fertilizer plant in the 5 northern regions especially because of the nature of your land. We're going to mechanize our farms, our lands and everything. But before we do that, we need a fertilizer plant here. And Tolong, you are very close to Tamale, there's no difference. So take advantage of what I'm telling you. Go and look for a land. I need 40,000 acres and challenge me if I will not be able to do it for you to see. Whether I win or not, give me 40,000 acres and see the factory I'm going to put here with the farms. A piece of advice is that I've been here to talk to you about what I can do. So let other aspirants also come and talk about what they can do. But I know for sure they don't have a message because they gave all these messages and they couldn't do it. So now they've resorted to lies, propaganda. Oh, Kennedy Agyapong has insulted MPP. Kennedy Agyapong has taken money from Mahama. Kennedy Agyapong is the one who killed Ahmed.
Ministry to that place. Go ahead to move assassin and macra. So what you do is to move ministry now. And the same to Tamale. That is easier to do than say Obetana and cry. Now the information and money are to solve problems. No. And this is louder. Where will be a what Jane I didn't watch it. I find the solution. And also make a point. So aside we're supposed to have fertilizer manufacturing factory or north. Because be a production there, you're supposed to also produce your own fertilizer. Then say Ukraine, any Russia nyanto we will chroma. I'm an boy buy and say fertilizers more now for Ukraine. And it's our area more neighbor. Because of a toquanintino, and yadia fertilizer and buy until I'm a year some time ago. You know, by your Kennedy say, yeah, company, factory, I will produce fertilizer. Now for you find Nuya and no buy no. You do not buy any via. It's I say, yeah, a diamana ya kamano. That is a bay, ya biania, ye be the aside no. Okotamala airport or hono. Yan turn the airport into a cargo. To instead say be a nippon kwan, a bedi, a shamefrenia, the adnafeno, ye benya planes a loading near at a quaman on it. So straight from the farm gate, no. At the ancient of Panane will be mine so. Fresh product. And this will bring sa Zikana yep and the foreign exchange, you know. Well, laudable idea. Obia, who follow said ya, a mumwes echo, any baby are touching, any baby are enco, you will see that these are solutions. And yes, yeah, campaign, Eddie to make a kill. These are solutions. These are pragmatic approach. I bet me a faso. A service are a problem now. A wo kroma yen, a do baby, and be an indina, a sika samaya basano. So this is solid. Also a candidate, Eddie actually delegate. And he sure say other parties also will come around to also, but other parties never there on Babeka. Bibia no on Babeka. We chino, the Ebebiano, Ebeye, and a YC, and a YC near that. And that's also true. I don't have made a shame show us. That conversation now near Koso. Baby, your multi platforms are one shot and Teshi. As delegate, I say, we see a year January, Bosumeda, Tosodia Sabako. So what the decisions are, and then some what ideas are what in the AC Jinaya. Why and a water Abamano as NPP flag bearer? Why based on in some what if now Ghana for your movie from rhetorics, any attempt to do any politics of insult, and then some way any propaganda. Now they can ideas. They will be all ideas, will be all practical solutions to Ghana problem. Who are you voting for? There are Kennedy Agyapong. And I was making the case very clear to delegates. You know we should enter Abamano. Na Ghana for a wrestle and decided a year 2028 general elections. Sankobani Sadia. I just say, yes, signed this and some dadana and Ghana for him. Ako can some massive boom, some boom. Asamba Kwabekano, as I say, who was this out chilum. That was what happened in 2024 election. Tell me, you need to come back and add information to the other mind run. But I'll come on to catch you will be said. A buying back on your swar. Obey factory, Abbey way. Nipana workers obey factory, no so factories nibe bray. Ubu a manting or factories nibi or miahudo be bra. Yeah, the corner was so babayana. It becomes much more easier for you to sell that person out than sell because a wakoton will be that. What the Niama could giant. Now, Oko Gasuno, and a nipe would your monacacho say. And Emma de buy a dear, and nay and peway. Name ka what the way by a grasso there. nke ebedom atobia ma wanya kakra de ahye ho na akọ ofie kodae wafiri dwa aso ya ntọ ade ne ma nkoyie okodae na ade san chie na aso besan akodwom biom ukodwom na ase daabi me kodwom no omse de amede baaye ne de omani nje ho omaka de omopede ba me na me ye producer me na me di medwa omopo mu mpeo de amede call na no manto no na me de be call na mu me kwa na makọ defe omo amomato ma yenko esirim yewa Kennedy Agyapong oda so ho ene ya we ya ne nsem bia okaye it was live and aja ya chiri bia gu yenko tie no wo sanregu aba na one eye yenuam wo ho etwetwe nkomo ye ba pa mi bia lines na ma no afra ba so ba asem na me kan no dwen ho fa ne se wa na wakudwa so dwen ho ma me de ade ko ene ya nto ba dwomofo na kire o se kofa we bra e fa se o de ntoma ne ko e o mse o kroma de obia won ntoma nemum ka de pan no ba ede a ka enya beto bia kotufie ne abubu abi o kira o se ekodwomu a o de pan no a edwomofo no se mo pa to ne beko ana ntoma no wanya to ne de o ma ne o de enko esirim na.
And you are deceiving them. Now let's wake up. We should listen to the candidate Ghanaians want, because it's power we want. Let's vote for Kennedy Agyapong, because when you go to Masalachi, they say Kennedy Agyapong. When you go to church, they say Kennedy Agyapong. In the schools, women are saying Kennedy Agyapong. What do we want? It's power we want. So constituency executives have opened my arms. Come and let all of us work together, because if I win, I cannot do it alone. I'm going to manage the country with all the party members as well as Ghanaians. So feel free. I have nothing against anybody. It's competition within the party. Everybody has a choice. So I'm not mad at anybody. But this time, let's listen to what Ghanaians are saying and vote for Kennedy Agyapong. Tamale Central, I have good news for you. The thing I'm going to do is to move Ministry of Agriculture to Tamale, because we are going to promote agriculture. Chogoy, ask me why. Because in Ghana here, the 5 northern regions, if we have a businessman to lead this country, we can use 5 northern regions and Volta region to feed the whole Africa because of the land you have over here.
So, I think what the Choco is I
They are also going to bring fertilizer plant here. We are also going to convert about 90% of Tamale Airport as cargo terminals, so that all the produce will go to London market, European market from Tamale here. So, I have lined up investors, and they are ready to come and invest in the 5 northern regions. Up to the south to do Kayayo. The southerners also are going to be in the 5 northern regions, especially Tamale.
So, I was here at Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong. We you made a coso Tamale. Na probo unity tono a hot and a was a bray at say and home for Nika Kaya de Abrewono. My Yama Kwana for Agent and then you will show Nisona. To me and Queen, Obaswa get connected. No, I just so be an Yobia. I drink channel. Now, all the other top so near Quadim. Delegate said and 70 no. You are Kennedy Agyapong Japan. Next no, a muda ho. What the could be as what ye better. Now, said the city and so non so any near ma or mine no here. Would see said and common echo baby. You just wake up, just listen to and someone echo so and what even the other political parties are saying. Now, if you fatigue your decision. I'm sure say you will come to terms with the conversation around you at Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong. Even nipa womu agasa womu nyama nyosem, womu person womu be yama nyosem ababo ntie you omu wadi okroma. They are still saying say you are Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong because say eba ne nyuma sem ne ade na onim dia woye na wasi ne gina so obeboa ama say the woye no na ye kese aboa obia. Ye kwa ahoma no so na ye ne Ghana for entwetwe enkomo. Many of our ahoma no so get connected.
Obia sitting your bushy abroad after 1 year.
Yeah, body nature.
I heard the British money, my reflectory, and just said the mass. Kennedy can be you are. Or shadow my conscious assistant. Incoming president over important. What is this? A throne marker. Because it's almost no premo or Macadam in action. She the Akayato. The ammo many are bringing an answer. Kennedy, you be one is 77 previous. Once you saw thing, Monsieur. As you swam past papa. It's said Casimo. Check for Tardieba. Now, one Tardieba. One political and we have one come once a month. Here. We have one come once a month. So I'm there was 7 not 10 or no. Then each of you mentioned one shot. Let's say one way to be in the year. I just don't come once. Because and then one margin is we or shows and then we'll send the on the academic in the airport later. Yes, you're feeling in Indiana. Did there be any idea for this and the answer up on the after I asked you shock school. Yes, I said the airport you know added school down. Never and a more sure. Si vous montrez à essayer au premier chef de comme proposer opportunité or opportunity. So it's more important present we don't need that opportunity. Si la meilleure à opérer, nous que le monde je la meilleure à passer les critères à opérer en souvenir même à connaître quelle est direction là. Il y a une minute c'est fait. C'est fait. Il y a des pas il y a beaucoup de fait. Mais il y a beaucoup de choses oubliées ou tu vois. Because pendant ça c'est I said
By now, I see the brand new Tina will be so emblem. I see the power. When you get connected.
Obi.
But may it away.
Obi, the police will do question. Obi. I'm going to get there. Now, what is it?
Namia do me hoye, mami tio.
The pot differs. What is it?
Me hoye power now.
Oh, hey, Agyapong na kola o na Agyapong kase teachman. Priscilla. Okay, kase. The Kennedy Agyapong or country delegation. Yate. Among 40. But your best also no kase. Any na juma dia in no kase nke sister blessing here. He said, dear, Uncle Bia and Camepesan coordinate, other than one alternative in Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. So they are asking me,
but that's all about so many of our want to get connected. Many of our want to get connected. Many are body nature, Mary.
Yeah, we did acquisition. You don't have friends from the Cassandra South.
Yes, you.
That was anyway for program we are. In fact, CCR, second, the speech, you couldn't, you're not there, you're not so. If the American say, more and for what could be a woman, because one instead of feeling at the one point, because you know, behind that time, put 30 million, will be the radio, you're working with TV. Obi na ante radio so na ma transfer bi ko na social media send some o dey Google so na bona ba so say na djuma den ene na ho fama no onko so yesa because ye wo form na ye delegate no also send delegate form if the delegate form so many party no no many Ghana ho say o to bi ba ye wo form ni do so say o mo e so mo na so bi papa ma dey bi so na bo ke pattern. I am sure to hear continue the mark center akoto abapapa e di amagana and punti. Na me sha we be pa.
Ma me so me na so ba so. Many of our so get connected.
Obia
we no body na yetio.
Eso me was. Na me pese me ka bi kakra. Me delegate. But me ka omo a mo de Kennedy ba metoni bi. Ento ababa but the delegate, the American George, Madame for George, meaning the word mem or Blackwa or a delegate. The captain say almost na almost Ken Emra Nayan Tuaba. The same experience because senior Bonama for Kennedy, MPP for the power. No Ghana mine. Into a MPP delegate for Mahamudu Assembly in the Agro. I'm making sure that Obi and Tom.
When I saw Basso, as you get connected. When you get connected.
Hello?
Get connected, meaning I just Obi and Obi and Uncle. Body nature, you marry.
Yes, and back in the fun. I am in the group. I'm not looking in the Andadia, Abadia, where to know no Fanda. Yeah, they are the friends where you could claim. It's just not a thing that will get out of the fun. I'm a research. The color of that's the funny yet. That's funny yet. That was one of the answers. I didn't see the answer. I'm looking at the analysis. I'm fine. I'm not bad. I have
Babes, when ask me so bad, so many of our man so get connected.
Yeah, you'll be here.
When your body needs you.
But the family will broke here. The confidential into upper denture well.
Yeah, too.
Yo. I'm more about so. I'm more many to play. Yeah, Papa can play compare with Japan. But the minimum that means here and that. But you know, because the before so, let's look at the video crowd of the video PR before so. Papa may fit TV crowd and who now may be a private by 18 and son of the Kudia Marco. The Papana Sama film Land beside his family. Then the message the Yamo and then the Yamu. Then Yaja, now can it be a bomb tire about 20 more to our Montomapano. Papana dear, Ninuminate that, Nance Papano, the Casa Kran, the Casa. Ah, Daddy, I will be in a position upon cow. We did the old like the between Queen.
By an answer, we saw Bass Minia. I was your get connected.
I'll be a new beer.
Minia would in it you.
Nepacho, your family answer a 7. Maybe a Mamunado, the Damase. Minya delegate. Basemba Copenham Fesaka. Moi, more TV station, you know. Baby and Femo Palm, Boma Basson so. It is the Indian Mammy Boma Basson said. Moon yet him. I'm not sure my TV stations be more. TV say in Moka, name your Mompo. If you be trawa, all 7 previous a capra, all kind of them. I can be dear and for chat. Tell me, putting votes not the trouble. Amawa, we want to have a mount. No, I'm not going to be NDC, but I can't pay the Kennedy Ginasa would Gina. To me, no matter what, because oil no Kwakani on Pento, I didn't know correct. But the American said, the Moyano, the local show him. There won't be travel on the air. Tell TV station to be moved at them, Canadian, or be a monocrane in the court to cry me. I could down here a support on Munyet Uncle Phoneby. Now, minimum year, money, a bomb price, say, candidate, so almost for Kennedy, no yet. Emra, Damase.
Yes, you had a civil breed. Biniawa Homano, so get connected. I was your uncle crying, as well, Homanu Munya. Get connected. Minia, Ottoman Cabra, get connected. Fatcham, Conabra, Homanu Moon Shadan now. Biniawa Homano, so get connected. I was your get connected. Meaning I get connected. I was almost not telling me get connected. Just so be and you'll be an uncle.
Can you be a
body nature and you
so within the manager, the catastrophe cool west.
Yet you know.
I mean, the person can say Ghana for check about out to MP from 2008. We want an abdo, I mean, young message at Mananado for free education.
Meaning I tell you what I remember.
The free education by about 2024 election about Bawumia Day, doctor. We have a message, yes or no, effort. But this year, trouble is yes, on April 2028. Or certain message, yeah, a background, so I bet one will be MPP at your man Ghana. Intimate press Ghana for MTA Kennedy, a contract a message on them district by district. All the districts will be a how Eka. Here for also Emera 4 years, near Mayor Juman. Now, we will take a test so now, yes, I'm a doctor. And finance and family number 2. It was a MY. Boy, in United and say, near my ever felt to year when we are say to us. Message 9 months for a young break the 8. This same that's not happy deal. Intimate Ghana for so man for Kennedy and Fanamara. No message Ghana. And my few would say yes, Ghana and then you get bunch, it go some pastor, Burubinia some pastor. The message will be done.
Many I said that's very so free become a buy. Many of our man so get connected. It was your team can get connected. Many our team can get connected and you only will be and you'll be there. Go.
Can I say? You're the Kennedy Agyapong MY.
Many of our man so get connected.
Obia Nubia.
Body did you.
If I try a friend at the Pamicasa Free, Accra.
But you, Minaba.
Me Pacho, Kennedy, yes, an atom. Sometimes me type any program na me buy ya this 2028 or more for them bra. Na because oyobia na agree with the honey nya no so nipa be 10 no Ghana nka ya wie. Enti ya buy ya this 2028. Ya fa or more for them bra na ya ntoma no.
Yeah, that's where we saw ba so. Mini wa homa so get connected.
Bia.
Bodi wa da mani ntio.
Na problem ka sesi enkawe.
Na da ntio.
Racho, when we did one for me people must now it. Kennedy Agyapong the anywhere with my adawma. Kennedy no one ya bomb my.
So that's where we saw ba so. Mini get connected. Mini get connected.
No, dia.
Bodi and ntio nyumre.
I'm saying parce que je fais match.
Odaro mayemko.
Yo, no so the mechanics we are Kennedy dia. A steady match na shele pa so achepa. Anything yemwa enso yenye politics then hu dem adunti. Onti ye dianso enso egbomu bi. Na ya sa and like kama Ghana fan kapafia. BCT Kennedy here. I bet me can be my fan to my perfect. It's yet no can work. Say, oh, Ghana bit my fan to my perfect. Ama Ghana na African it's me I the leading producer of food. Kebapa as more come the say beer what can I say now I imagine so ben. No what's our connection with baby na on the board.
Video nice baby so ba so. Video get connected.
Yeah.
Bodi mini ani ntio.
The pato friend Nicholas because I think grandson of Kanka.
Yanko.
Anyway we dey alimbe ele chabu program mo yeso. Na ye di kan ye dama se mo mai ngunu kana di mapa o ye e ya dadi. Say ye ya dadi ti mo. No, yes, over Kennedy. Minimum pa and or cano. Like Kennedy, they make one DP. The Kennedy, I'm a one DP. You need for me to have a boy because Obi only go do a for a bar, electoral commission crumble out. O to me on one cat on market TBG, electoral commission, you my idea. Or better than your Saka Ombra and thrown in near my baby, but Nina and call for so and cut. Found someone who na Kennedy, some on person of can and some enemy to goodness. Only pan 12 would be also $1. $1 went to manche. Or say a good up or why continue. Where be unknown stress me probably say or your credit one so you'll be all kind of crazy. Your money be the MPP but Kennedy gave me say. Then some walker or more you must say yeah and I want there. There's some blowing I give you person or won't see the quiet and I didn't matter. That's why you say Ishala or go for that woman.
When I ask you so ba so. I should get connected.
Okay,
When you bodi ntio. When you tio phone mu wa bodi ntio.
Hello.
Mini awadaro ma yetio. My info bi o ha mini get connected.
Obia no bia.
Mini bodi ntio wadaro ma. Mina wa homa ni munya ya fa di twato na ya for friend nsi. Mina wa homa so get connected. If you want to get connected. Bodi ni eti o di utwato.
The can the
Minu awo. Yeah, for from chato. Say homani mwati. Minu ya for chato. Get connected.
Obia.
Minu abodi ni ntio.
Good evening. Your friend Abdullah, me kasa firiwa.
Abdullah ntio wa.
Madrasa. Kaya na vampire Kennedy mukina. Sasa no bawa yo kakira na ya testa. Nti ya vampire voters no mun vote man. Na yes. But mena leo communication e man wa. Every day kasamano. Madrasa.
Yes, you da see we say oba so adwuma we so your friend si na di dwuma no so si yakopon dom ye na dom ye be san ba ye efiada ene memenda na ye get connected dwuma no e di abrel o messages ni bi e wa ha ma menke kan quick informal we hold for YouTube ti o china bi aro person o my messages a call YouTube video na share live video no we ko ja comment o call YouTube a search Get Connected TV o there for at symbol no di animal kan Get Connected TV e ba subscribe se de bia na e ba ya na notification aba o subscribe na wa mi adoma ne so na afo be di channel da chi ye ba live pe be bia wo bia no wo benya message na afo join na bibia e kama o comment ade aba e na ye keka no Isaac Ewusi Arthur or say watching you live already connected Ewusi o message I don't know Agyapong Kwame also say get connected obia Dr. 00 Bawumia and his guys are now destroying the billboards of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Watching you live from the allegation, we need to substantiate it. Live from Dewu Ekwapem. Let us ignore Dennis Abuaje, Nanado Sakim when he was DCE for Ekwapem. They don't have any campaign message. Watching you live from Dewu Ekwapem. Say Kutu, say Bam. Many also message Anthony Poku or say Kennedy has ideas and great vision, so the delegate should not disappoint this time. Friends of Kansas City Media, Medina, get connected. Obia, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong will surely lead NPP to victory 2028 in Jesus' name. Say Kutu, say Bam. Anoche Abankwa Richmond or say Obia, very simple. Obia. Good evening. I am Asiama Bismarck Joseph from Kumasi, Tanoso. What MPP leadership and MPs are doing, they are afraid of Ken because they are, that's your word, corrupt. It was your messages about show no so no. Yeah, the amount. Ko YouTube na ko subscribe to your channel no. Get Connected TV. Now follow me a bell no so your bar. Obenya alert na wa join it. Share mo obi no so subscribe na nyina na ye kamum. Na fedi en share en sempano ye the net dwumadie no AC ukodwa so a ye fast mixture energy fast P capsules enuro mienu na namu nsa ya de ene ye ho adwuma pa enenti se wo ye bema na wa ye mre e wo mpamu no eduro a ese wonnom abebedo kroje a ye mfa hwe emfram nti wonnom ne se dia wonnom tetedudo a ye nom na bibia ni akiri nom ne se dia abanum bia na etumi nwura ni peduanim kama enkoye adwuma na etumi ensiesie onipadua ni yi wo ye bema na se wo mema sem ekofom a na ye se wo se ehie da bema na oba ntem ti wo mema sem ekofom a se bi na se wo ba mamu no e ba ne sa ehadwe bema de ese okotie no aba bese na nsem etimi akoyi ama na gwa ne system bia na wa mo ho na hye dokumemwa ti nom je fast mission and P capsules e bo gina na so premier abo adwuma ade achi a wo se oda mpa so ahomachi na o fa plans na edi udi e prawa abontin na bibia timi ai kamo yo ban so a wo mayo no ene no tim se ne ma asesa kan ne se na esi boje wo so no ene chill ne ma nkoye bomode na afi nom je fast me charge P capsules ne ma be yi kama awo ho nsem ne ade ade nya be siesie ne pedua no ama wo no etimi aba e ba ne sa na ade aseda no kakra nso so abrem fi se adupa ena ma di ho adanse ade acho okodwa ma nso be bia wo sabeka je fast me charge ne P capsules na wa no nom ama bibia ko ye bi nya sabo akwana na techi metina dwumadi epono so edema chairman apiaje ono eni dwumadi echa me nyame dom yen na ode adom dom yen a ye we fiada ene memenda